Prepare to delve into the hidden stories and untold experiences that have long surrounded one of Hollywood's most captivating romances. Ann-Margret has just unveiled the truth about her intense relationship with the legendary Elvis Presley, shedding light on the emotions and events that shaped their connection. As she shares her memories, you'll discover the moments that sparked their chemistry and the challenges they faced in the spotlight. This revelation offers a glimpse into the heart of a passionate affair that was often overshadowed by fame. With each detail, the complexities of their bond come to life, revealing the depth of their feelings and the impact they had on each other. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood's golden era may have framed their story, but the reality was filled with genuine emotions and unforgettable experiences. What really happened behind closed doors? What unspoken truths lingered in the air? As Ann-Margret opens up, you will find yourself drawn into the allure of their love story, filled with surprises and insights that will leave you eager for more. Born on April 28, 1941, Ann-Margret Olin, known simply as Ann-Margret, is a Swedish-American actress and vocalist whose career has spanned 7 decades, beginning in 1961. Throughout her remarkable journey in the entertainment industry, she has established herself as a talented performer, earning significant accolades along the way. Ann-Margret's impressive achievements include securing 5 Golden Globe Awards, which highlight her versatility and skill in both acting and singing. Additionally, she has received nominations for 2 Academy Awards, showcasing her ability to captivate audiences on the big screen. Her talent is not limited to film alone. She has also made her mark in music, garnering 2 Grammy Award nominations. Ann-Margret's contributions to television have been recognized as well, earning her 6 Emmy Award nominations, and she clinched a win in 2010 for her guest appearance in Law and Order Special Victims Unit. This recognition underscores her enduring presence in the industry and her ability to connect with viewers across different mediums. With a career that has flourished over the years, Ann-Margret remains a beloved figure in Hollywood, celebrated for her dynamic performances and lasting impact on both film and music. Ann-Margret Olin was born in Valsjöben, a small town located in Jämtland County, Sweden. She was the daughter of Anna Regina and Carl Gustav Olin, who hailed from Örnsköldsvik. Ann-Margret described her hometown as a place where lumberjacks and farmers lived, situated high up near the Arctic Circle. This unique setting shaped her early experiences and influenced her later life. Following her birth, her father, Gustav, felt the urge to immigrate again, especially after Germany invaded Norway on April 9, 1940. His wife hesitated to leave Sweden, so Gustav made the journey alone to seek a better future. He eventually reunited with Anna and their daughter in 1946. The family's immigration journey was significant, and Ann-Margret has held U.S. citizenship since 1949, marking the beginning of a new chapter in her life. From a young age, Ann-Margret demonstrated a remarkable talent for dance, which she began to cultivate at the Marjorie Young School of Dance. Her ability to effortlessly replicate dance steps set her apart, showcasing her innate skills and passion for the art form. This early start in dance education was supported wholeheartedly by her parents, who recognized and nurtured her talent. Ann-Margret's mother played a crucial role in her journey, crafting all of her dance outfits by hand. This dedication not only highlighted her mother's support, but also illustrated the family's commitment to Ann-Margret's dreams. The family's circumstances changed when her father suffered a severe work-related injury, leading her mother to take a job as a receptionist at a funeral parlor. Despite these challenges, the family's support for Ann-Margret's dance education never wavered, allowing her to flourish in her passion and lay the foundation for her future success in the entertainment industry. During her teenage years, Ann-Margret showcased her talent on various platforms, including the Morris B. Sachs Amateur Hour, Don McNeil's Breakfast Club, and Ted Max's Amateur Hour. These early performances helped her gain valuable experience and confidence as a performer. While attending New Trier High School in Winnetka, Illinois, she continued to shine in theater, honing her skills in a nurturing environment that would later contribute to her success in the entertainment industry. New Trier was also the alma mater of fellow cinema luminaries Charlton Heston and Rock Hudson, adding to its reputation as a breeding ground for talent. As part of a collective known as the Subtle Tones, she performed at the Dunes Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. This experience allowed her to share the stage with renowned artists like Tony Bennett and Al Hirt, further enhancing her exposure in the entertainment world. During this time, George Burns took notice of her exceptional performance, which led to an audition for his annual holiday show. In a memorable collaboration, she and Burns executed a delightful soft shoe routine that showcased her charm and skill, marking a significant milestone in her early career. Ann-Margret commenced her recording career with RCA Victor in 1961, marking a significant step in her journey as an entertainer. Her inaugural RCA Victor track was Lost Love, recorded in Hollywood, and arranged and conducted by the talented Marty Paich. Following this initial release, Ann-Margret produced subsequent albums in Nashville, showcasing the musical talents of notable artists such as Chet Atkins on guitar, along with the Jordanaires and the Anita Carr Singers providing vocal support. The liner notes for her albums were written by the esteemed George Burns, adding a touch of charm to her recordings. With a sultry husky contralto singing voice, Ann-Margret captured the attention of music lovers. RCA Victor recognized her potential and sought to capitalize on the comparison to Elvis Presley by having her cover hits like Heartbreak Hotel and other songs reminiscent of his style. In 1962, her rising star earned her a Grammy Award nomination for Best New Artist, a testament to her growing popularity. Her lone charting album, Beauty and the Beard, was released in 1964 and featured the celebrated trumpeter Al Hirt, further solidifying her place in the music industry. Noteworthy career milestones included her appearance on the Jack Benny program in 1961, where she showcased her talents to a wider audience. Additionally, she performed the theme song for Bachelor in Paradise at the 34th Academy Awards in 1962, highlighting her versatility and appeal as a performer. Ann-Margret's recording career was marked by a blend of talent, charm, and the ability to connect with her audience, making her a memorable figure in the music scene of her time. In 1966, Ann-Margret's association with RCA Victor came to an end, marking a significant moment in her music career. By 1963, Life magazine reported that her recordings had sold over 500,000 units, showcasing her popularity and impact in the music industry. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, she made notable waves on the dance charts, particularly with her hit Love Rush, which reached number 8 on the disco dance charts. This success highlighted her ability to adapt to changing musical trends. In 2001, she collaborated with Art Greenhall to record the album God Is Love: The Gospel Sessions, which earned her a Grammy nomination and a Dove Award nomination for Gospel Album of the Year. Her album Ann-Margret's Christmas Carol Collection, also produced and arranged by Greenhall, was released in 2004, showcasing her versatility as an artist. In 2011, God Is Love: The Gospel Sessions 2 hit the shelves, continuing her exploration of gospel music. In 2023, she returned to the studio to create a full-length album of fresh recordings for Cleopatra Records. Titled Born to Be Wild, the album features 13 covers, including Splish Splash, Earth Angel, Son of a Preacher Man, and a revamped rendition of Teach Me Tonight, featuring Pat Boone. Notable guest contributors on the album included Pete Townsend, the Fuzztones, Paul Schaffer, and the Oak Ridge Boys, adding to its appeal. The album debuted on April 14, 2023, on vinyl CD and across all streaming platforms, demonstrating her enduring presence in the music scene. In 1961, Ann-Margret underwent a screen test at 20th Century Fox, which led to her securing a 7-year contract with the studio. This opportunity marked the beginning of her cinematic journey. She made her film debut in Pocketful of Miracles, directed by Frank Capra, where she starred alongside the legendary Bette Davis. This film was a remake of Capra's earlier work, Lady for a Day. Ann-Margret's performance was well received, earning her the Golden Globe for New Actress of the Year. She shared this honor with notable actresses Jane Fonda and Christine Kaufman, highlighting her rapid rise in the film industry. Following her successful debut, Ann-Margret took on the role of Emily in the 1962 reimagining of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical State Fair. In this film, she portrayed the bad girl character opposite Bobby Darin and Pat Boone. Interestingly, she had initially auditioned for the role of Margie, the good girl, but studio executives felt she was too provocative for that part. This decision further solidified her image as a bold and captivating actress, paving the way for her future roles in Hollywood. In her autobiography, Ann-Margret revealed how her onstage persona contrasted sharply with her offstage self. While she was reserved and timid in private, her stage presence radiated vivacity and sensuality. This duality was evident as she transitioned from the innocent little Miss Lollipop to the more provocative sexpot Banshee, a term she used to describe her evolution in a 2021 retrospective on her career. Critics like Stephen Vagg noted that she was not ideally cast as a bad girl, as her abundant energy and charisma led producers to see her in that light. However, her true strength lay in roles that mirrored her genuine self, an energetic good girl with a mischievous glint in her eye. Her portrayal of the quintessential American teenager, Kim, in Bye Bye Birdie marked a turning point that propelled her to stardom. The film's premiere at Radio City Music Hall, occurring 16 years after her first visit, set a record for the highest first-week gross in the theater's history. Life magazine featured her on its cover for the second time, highlighting that her dynamic dancing almost replaced central heating in the venue. This performance earned her a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress, solidifying her status as a beloved star. Following her rise to fame, Ann-Margret received a special invitation to perform at President John F. Kennedy's private birthday celebration held at the Waldorf Astoria in New York. This event took place 1 year after Marilyn Monroe's legendary performance of Happy Birthday to the President. Ann-Margret was asked to sing Baby, Won't You Please Come Home, a heartfelt and nostalgic song that showcased her vocal talent. A few months after this prestigious performance, she lent her voice to an animated version of herself in the beloved television series The Flintstones. In this unique role, she became known as Ann-Margret. During her appearances on the show, she performed the touching ballad The Littlest Lamb, which served as a lullaby, enchanting the audience with its gentle melody. Additionally, she sang the rocker Ain't Gonna Be a Fool, displaying her dynamic range and ability to connect with viewers through music. Ann-Margret's contributions to both live performances and animated television helped solidify her status as a versatile and beloved entertainer. Following the success of Bye Bye Birdie and Viva Las Vegas, which firmly established Ann-Margret as Hollywood's newest sensation, a series of box office disappointments followed. The first of these was Kitten with a Whip, where Ann-Margret delivered a riveting performance as a rebellious juvenile delinquent ensnaring a politician. Despite her strong performance, the film did not achieve commercial success. She then starred in The Pleasure Seekers, another romantic musical comedy, which also failed to meet expectations. Anticipation was high for her next project, Bus Riley's Back in Town, written by William Ainge, who had penned her favorite film, Splendor in the Grass, in 1961. However, Ainge was displeased with the outcome and chose to disassociate himself from the project, removing his name from the credits. Following this, she appeared in Once a Thief, a crime drama intended to launch French actor Alain Delon into stardom in the United States. Decades later, Ann-Margret learned that during this challenging period, she had been offered the lead role in Cat Ballou, a critically acclaimed blockbuster ranked by the American Film Institute as one of the top 10 Western films of all time. Unfortunately, her agent declined the role without informing her. Ann-Margret eventually broke her streak of disappointments with The Cincinnati Kid in 1965, portraying a seductive femme fatale opposite Steve McQueen. Although her role was not substantial, it marked her first success since Viva Las Vegas. Elvis Aaron Presley, known simply as Elvis, was a monumental figure in American music and culture, often referred to as the King of Rock and Roll. His dynamic singing and captivating performances made him one of the most significant cultural icons of the 20th century. Born in Tupelo, Mississippi, and moving to Memphis, Tennessee, at the age of 13, he began his musical journey in 1954 at Sun Records. Producer Sam Phillips aimed to introduce African-American musical styles to a wider audience. With his guitar in hand, and accompanied by guitarist Scotty Moore and bassist Bill Black, Elvis helped pioneer rockabilly, a lively fusion of country and rhythm and blues. His contract with RCA Victor, arranged by Colonel Tom Parker, marked the start of his extraordinary rise to fame. His first single, Heartbreak Hotel, released in January 1956, quickly topped the charts. Within a year, RCA sold millions of his singles, and he became the leading figure in the rock and roll movement, even as he faced criticism for his style and the cultural implications of his music. In November 1956, he made his film debut in Love Me Tender. After serving in the military in 1958, he returned to music with a string of successful releases, although he spent much of the 1960s focusing on films and soundtracks, receiving mixed reviews. Notable films included Jailhouse Rock, Blue Hawaii, and Viva Las Vegas. In 1968, after a long break from live performances, he made a remarkable comeback with the NBC special Elvis, leading to a successful Las Vegas residency and tours. In 1973, he became the first solo artist to have a concert broadcast globally with Aloha from Hawaii. Despite his success, years of substance abuse and unhealthy habits took a toll on his health, leading to his tragic death at Graceland in August 1977 at just 42 years old. The convergence of Ann-Margret and Elvis Presley on the set of Viva Las Vegas in 1963 marked a pivotal moment in Hollywood history. Their pairing was more than just a casting decision. It was a confluence of talents, personalities, and charisma that generated palpable chemistry on screen. As the cameras rolled, the electric connection between the ruler of rock and roll and the captivating Swedish-American siren was unmistakable. At the peak of their careers, Elvis and Ann-Margret brought to their roles a fervor and liveliness that transcended the silver screen. They portrayed Lucky Jackson and Rusty Martin, characters whose on-screen romance mirrored the growing connection between the co-stars in real life. The filming of Viva Las Vegas was a whirlwind of high-energy dance numbers, passionate duets, and tender moments that blurred the lines between performance and reality. Ann-Margret, with her spirited demeanor and captivating presence, matched Elvis's magnetic charm and dynamic artistry beat for beat. Their shared scenes were a spectacle of color, movement, and emotion, showcasing not only their talents, but also a remarkable synergy that seemed to flow naturally off-screen. As the filming of Viva Las Vegas progressed, the bond between Ann-Margret and Elvis deepened, revealing a connection that transcended mere friendship. Both stars understood the unique pressures and pleasures that came with their fame, which laid the groundwork for a mutual respect that blossomed into something more profound. Their shared love for motorcycles and music, along with a certain spark, made their time together electric. The chemistry they exhibited on and off the set was undeniable, igniting rumors of a romance that captivated fans and media alike. Elvis, known for his flirtatious nature, found in Ann-Margret a match whose vivacity and charm complemented his own charisma perfectly. As the production neared its end, it became clear that the film had captured a special magic, with their sizzling performances elevating it beyond the typical musical fare. The final product was a vibrant celebration of life and love, showcasing the extraordinary connection between its leads. Audiences flocked to theaters, eager to witness the undeniable chemistry that had taken center stage. The release of Viva Las Vegas not only solidified the film's status as a classic musical, but also turned the relationship between its stars into a subject of intense public fascination. As the spotlight on their connection grew, both Elvis and Ann-Margret faced the challenge of navigating the complexities of a romance born under the gaze of the public eye. Whispers and speculations about the nature of their relationship began to spread like wildfire in the wake of Viva Las Vegas. The chemistry that had ignited on set was too palpable to ignore, and fans, along with the ever-curious media, started piecing together a narrative of a love affair that had seemingly blossomed in the glare of the Hollywood spotlight. The rumor mill was fueled by the undeniable parallels between the film's plot and the off-screen interactions between the two stars. Both Ann-Margret and Elvis were at pivotal points in their careers, wielding influence and enjoying the adulation of millions. Yet, beyond their celebrity status, they were also two individuals navigating the complexities of human emotion and attraction. The press was quick to pick up on the story, with tabloids and gossip columns painting a picture of a passionate romance. They chronicled every public appearance, dissecting body language, and sharing glances for evidence of a love affair. Even the respective interviews became sources of speculation, as both stars spoke fondly of each other, often with a palpable warmth and respect that seemed to hint at something deeper. As the rumors gained momentum, the impact was twofold. On one hand, the purported affair added a layer of intrigue to the already successful film, drawing audiences eager to catch a glimpse of the off-screen romance. On the other hand, it posed a significant challenge for both Ann-Margret and Elvis as they found their personal lives subjected to intense scrutiny. The pressure of public perception weighed heavily on them, complicating their ability to explore their feelings freely. The situation surrounding Elvis and Priscilla was layered with complexity, especially given Elvis's well-known relationship with Priscilla, whom he had met during his military service in Germany. Although they were not yet married, their bond was widely recognized, and the rumors of Elvis's involvement with Ann-Margret created a significant stir. The whispers about what happened when Elvis was on the road often included tales of girls sneaking through side doors, adding to the intrigue. However, Ann-Margret chose to maintain a dignified silence amid the swirling gossip, navigating the tumult of speculation with grace and discretion. Elvis, known for his enigmatic persona, was equally tight-lipped, leaving both the public and the press to speculate about the true nature of his relationships. The rumored affair captivated the public, reflecting the era's fascination with celebrity romances that echoed the drama of a Hollywood film. The combination of charm, talent, and a touch of scandal made this story irresistible, even as the actual truth remained elusive. As time passed, the whispers and speculations surrounding Ann-Margret and Elvis Presley evolved into a narrative that was part myth and part reality. The lines between the characters of Lucky Jackson and Rusty Martin and their real-life counterparts blurred, creating a legend that seemed to transcend the ordinary. It was a story that encapsulated the allure of Hollywood, a place where fantasy and reality intertwine, and where the boundaries between life and art are often indistinct. The whirlwind of speculation surrounding Ann-Margret and Elvis's relationship was a compelling saga of public perceptions clashing with private realities in the golden age of Hollywood. Stars were revered, and their lives were meticulously scrutinized, leading to a blurred boundary between personal affairs and public fascination. The rumored romance between Ann-Margret and Elvis epitomized this phenomenon as fans and the media became enamored with the narrative unfolding before them. Public perceptions of the affair were largely shaped by the image-driven culture of the entertainment industry. Both Ann-Margret and Elvis were emblematic figures of their time, exuding an aura and charisma that captivated millions. Their on-screen chemistry in Viva Las Vegas only served to fan the flames of curiosity, leading the public to project the romantic tension of their characters onto the actors themselves. The media played a pivotal role in shaping these perceptions. Tabloids and gossip columns were rife with speculation and sensational headlines, often presenting conjecture as fact. This relentless coverage created a feedback loop, where the more the public consumed these stories, the more the press was incentivized to dig deeper. As a result, the line between Ann-Margret and Elvis's public personas and their private lives became increasingly indistinct. However, the private realities of both stars were far more complex than the narratives constructed around them. Ann-Margret, despite being thrust into the limelight, remained guarded about her personal affairs. She navigated the rumors with grace and professionalism, understanding the nature of Hollywood, but refusing to let it dictate her narrative. Her ability to maintain a sense of privacy in a world that thrived on speculation was a testament to her strength. Elvis, on the other hand, was no stranger to public scrutiny. Yet, the intensity of the rumors surrounding him and Ann-Margret brought a new level of attention to his private life. He was engaged in a delicate balancing act, trying to maintain his relationship with Priscilla while contending with the growing fascination surrounding his co-star. The private realities of their situation were further tangled by the expectations and norms of the time. Hollywood stars were often placed on pedestals, anticipated to embody ideals of romance and allure. Any deviation from these expectations was fuel for public consumption and critique. Ann-Margret and Elvis, like many of their peers, were ensnared in this tangle of expectation, navigating their personal lives in the shade of their public personas. The pressures of fame often made it difficult for them to separate their true selves from the characters they portrayed on screen. Despite the spotlight, they sought to protect their private lives, knowing that the world was watching and waiting for any misstep. In this environment, both stars understood that their personal narratives were often overshadowed by the public's perception. They had to maneuver through a maze of speculation and gossip, all while trying to stay true to themselves and their relationships. The allure of Hollywood was intoxicating, but it came with a price, one that both Ann-Margret and Elvis had to pay as they navigated the complexities of fame and personal life. The impact on Priscilla Presley was profound, as the swirling rumors and intense media scrutiny surrounding the alleged affair between Ann-Margret and Elvis inevitably cast a shadow on Priscilla and her relationship with Elvis. At the core of this sensational narrative lay a very real and personal tale of love, commitment, and the strain imposed by life in the public eye. Priscilla had encountered Elvis Presley during his military service in Germany, and their relationship flourished despite the challenges posed by his fame and the physical distance between them. By the time Elvis was filming Viva Las Vegas with Ann-Margret, Priscilla had already been a significant presence in his life for several years. The strength of their bond was evident. They had overcome numerous obstacles and remained committed to each other. However, the sudden influx of rumors regarding an affair had the potential to destabilize even the most solid of relationships. The phrase "I'm leaving you, and I'm taking Lisa with me" was a painful reminder for Priscilla, who had navigated the complexities of being involved with one of the world's most coveted superstars. The rumors were a public and personal affront. The media's insatiable appetite for scandal, combined with the adoration fans had for Elvis and Anne-Margaret's on-screen pairing, meant that her relationship was subject to relentless speculation and judgment. The impact of rumors on Priscilla and her relationship with Elvis was multifaceted. On one level, it was a test of trust and resilience, challenging the couple to maintain their bond amid a tempest of gossip and innuendo. This was no easy task, as the entertainment industry often blurs the lines between reality and fiction, making it difficult to discern the truth. Moreover, the situation served as a stark reminder of the sacrifices and compromises involved in being part of a high-profile relationship. Priscilla faced not only the typical challenges of romance, but also the added layer of public scrutiny and narrative shaping that came with Elvis's stardom. It required a level of fortitude and self-assurance to navigate these turbulent waters, qualities that Priscilla demonstrably possessed. Despite the pressures, Priscilla and Elvis's relationship endured, culminating in their marriage in 1967, a ceremony that captured the world's attention and presented a united front against the narrative of a fractured romance. Their marriage, although eventually ending in divorce, produced a daughter, Lisa Marie, and was marked by several years of shared experiences and growth. Amidst the swirling rumors and relentless media scrutiny surrounding her relationship with Elvis Presley, Anne-Margaret remained largely enigmatic for many years. Known for her poise and professionalism, she navigated the tempest of speculation with a composed silence, choosing to focus on her blossoming career rather than the rumors that sought to delineate her personal life. It wasn't until years later, in her autobiography Anne-Margaret My Story, published in 1994, that she would openly address the rumors and provide her viewpoint on the relationship that had captivated the public imagination. In her memoir, Anne-Margaret spoke with heartfelt honesty about her time with Elvis, revealing a deep and genuine affection that transcended the typical Hollywood romance. She depicted their connection as immediate and intense, a bond forged not only by their shared experiences in the entertainment industry, but also by mutual comprehension and respect for one another. It was a relationship she cherished, intricate and profound. Anne-Margaret's account painted a picture of two individuals caught in the whirlwind of fame, yet discovering solace and companionship in each other's company. She reminisced about the laughter, the conversations, and the moments of vulnerability they shared, providing a glimpse into the private world they had established amidst the tumult of their public lives. It was apparent from her words that what she shared with Elvis was something rare and special, a connection that left an enduring impression on her heart. Addressing the rumors, Anne-Margaret spoke with grace and understanding. She recognized the public's fascination with her relationship with Elvis Presley, attributing it to the undeniable chemistry they shared both on and off the screen. However, she emphasized her respect for Elvis's relationship with Priscilla, acknowledging the complex dynamics that existed and the impact the rumors had on everyone involved. Anne-Margaret's reflections on her time with Elvis painted a vivid picture of their bond, contrasting sharply with the sensationalized stories crafted by the media. She described a relationship filled with authentic moments, joy, and challenges, highlighting the tenderness they experienced together. This portrayal underscored the depth of their connection, moving beyond the scandalous narratives often circulated. It was a heartfelt reminder that their relationship, like many others, was human, marked by real emotions and experiences rather than mere gossip and speculation. Elvis Presley faced a labyrinth of personal challenges that contributed to his untimely demise, creating a tragic narrative woven from the pressures of fame and personal struggles. His rise to the top of the entertainment world was both meteoric and groundbreaking. With a distinctive voice, magnetic stage presence, and a unique style that blended various musical genres, he became a cultural icon, shaping popular music and influencing countless artists. However, the immense pressure that came with such fame began to mount steadily. The incessant public scrutiny, demanding tour schedules, and the burden of being a symbol of an era weighed heavily on him. As his career progressed, personal turmoil intertwined with professional pressures. His marriage to Priscilla, initially a fairy tale, faced challenges, including rumors of his involvement with Anne-Margaret and other co-stars. Despite their deep bond and the birth of their daughter Lisa Marie, the marriage ultimately succumbed to external pressures and internal conflicts, leading to their divorce in 1973. Elvis's health also began to decline, worsened by an exhausting performance schedule and an unhealthy lifestyle. His dependence on prescription medications to manage his energy and mood had serious repercussions. The vibrant performer who once captivated audiences began to struggle with his physical and mental well-being, a decline reflected in his diminishing performances. Despite these challenges, the demand for Elvis's presence remained unabated. His manager, Colonel Tom Parker, relentlessly booked him for tours and engagements, often ignoring signs of exhaustion and the need for rest. This relentless pace exacerbated his health issues, trapping him in a cycle of performance, medication, and deteriorating well-being. As time passed, the fervor surrounding Ann-Margret and Elvis Presley's rumored affair transitioned into quieter, more contemplative reflections on their legacy. Ann-Margret, imbued with the wisdom of age and experience, looked back on her time with Elvis not through the lens of scandal, but with fondness and respect. She underscored the depth of their connection and its profound impact on both their lives. In interviews and through her memoir, Ann-Margret shared memories of Elvis that depicted a man who was more than just the king of rock and roll. He was a kindred spirit, a dear friend, and an extraordinary talent whose influence was immeasurable. Their shared love for music and performance, coupled with their mutual dedication to their craft, illuminated their moments together with laughter and joy, transcending simplistic tabloid narratives. For Ann-Margret, Elvis's legacy extended beyond his songs and films. It encompassed his revolutionary impact on the entertainment industry, his ability to break cultural barriers, and his profound ability to touch hearts. Her reflections paid homage to his innovation and the enduring mark he left on the world, acknowledging his contribution to the arts with reverence. Through Ann-Margret's eyes, Elvis's legacy was deeply personal, recognizing the complexities of his life, the challenges he confronted, and the humanity beneath his iconic persona. Her musings revealed a profound respect for his journey, struggles, and enduring spirit, recognizing him as a groundbreaking artist and a man with dreams, desires, and vulnerabilities. Moreover, Ann-Margret's reflections in later years provided insight into her journey and growth. Emerging from the whirlwind of her early career and the intense spotlight of her association with Elvis, she epitomized resilience, grace, and enduring talent. Her career continued to thrive, her performances captivated audiences, and her legacy as an actress and performer became firmly entrenched in the annals of entertainment